Hey, it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualise, My Asexual Life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, so subscribe and hit the bell icon right now. So, have you ever wondered how you can have more pride in yourself? If so, then this video is definitely for you. So, we're still in Pride Month at the moment. This is June 2024 when I'm recording this live. And I noticed one of my best performing live videos, if you like, is the one I did about authenticity, how to be your true authentic self. And so this is going to be a similar type of video that's all about how to take pride in yourself and show up for yourself more. So if you found it difficult to regulate your emotions and you find it difficult to sit with yourself, then this video is for you. So we grow up as children into adulthood a lot of the time thinking and believing we need someone else's guidance, reassurance, or someone to tell us what to do. Because as children, we're used to being told what to do. Might not be the right thing we're told what to do, but we're usually told what to do. Some of us might have had emotional neglect. Some of us might have had physical neglect. Some of us might have been abused and lots of other different things, right? And so when we are at home with caregivers, whether these be parents, aunt and uncles, grandparents, or some people are adopted, whatever your own personal circumstances is, you're used to relying on other people in some way for different aspects of your life. And we hope that we'll have people to keep us safe, but this isn't always the case. And sometimes we don't have people advocating for us. We don't have people sticking up for us. We don't have people like on our side and got our back. It's the job of a caregiver to look after someone who is a young age and not able to legally take care of themselves. But not everyone does this, and not everyone does it in a healthy way. And this can lead us to being dependent on people in very unhealthy ways. And so, as adults, it can be very difficult for us to advocate for ourselves if no one else was advocating for us while growing up. And we may have been in abusive or narcissistic relationships. Narcissistic relationships are often abusive anyway by nature. And so you might have like had caregivers that didn't treat you well. And then you might have also gone into a number of different relationships that weren't good. And this can have led to shame, guilt, trauma, confusion, a loss of sense of self, a loss of identity, and it can be really painful experience. And it's really difficult when you then have to navigate the world and life and relationships, friendships, social situations by taking care of yourself, coming from a point of view where you need to know and understand yourself. Now, some people are very scared of spending time by themselves. And I don't mean scouring the internet by yourself. I don't mean burying your head in a video game by yourself. I don't mean focusing on something else and everything else besides you. I mean focusing on you. How often do you take time to journal and to think about the things that really matter and make a difference to you? So, one way in taking pride in yourself is to advocate for yourself, is to stick up for yourself and to know yourself. You can't advocate for yourself, you can't stick up for yourself, you can't be on your own side if you don't know what that side is. So, the first step in knowing and understanding yourself is actually sitting with yourself without distractions, asking yourself, like, what is it I want in my life? Like, what do I want right now in terms of a home, in terms of friendship, in terms of communication with others, in terms of this day, in terms of living? What food do I want? What clothes do I want? And what deeper things do I want? Such as what type of connections do I want with people? What type of people do I want in my life? Do I want kind people, caring people, loving people, giving people? But what have I actually got in my life? Have you got those things? So you need to be looking within yourself to reflect on what you really want. Because if you don't know what you want, it's hard to take pride in yourself if you don't know who yourself is. So it's about identity and identifying your identity and coming to understand the different parts of you and your identity. It's to actually take pride in yourself once you're able to start understanding yourself. Now, you can take pride in yourself without understanding yourself completely, without understanding every single part of you. But people get pride when they understand themselves and they like what they see, or they understand themselves and they accept their weaknesses and their strengths. They accept their flaws and their good bits. And acceptance is only got through self-expression and self-exploration. So it means that you need to explore yourself to discover who you are and what matters in life to you. So to take pride in yourself and who you are, the first stage is exploring your current circumstances, your life, different aspects of it, friendship, relationships, career, life mission, goals, hobbies, interests. And what you need to do is not just know what you're doing, but know the reason why you're doing that particular thing. Is it for security? Is it connection? Is it making you happy? Are you feeling fulfilled and satisfied in that particular area of life? Or is it something you need to work on? We get pride in ourselves when we can be accepting of ourselves, when we can be compassionate with ourselves, when we can be caring with ourselves, when we are understanding ourselves, exploring ourselves, when we are with ourselves. If we make our most important parts of our life about other people, we never get to truly understand ourselves. Therefore, it's harder to take pride in who we are. So we need to be able to start taking pride in who we are by getting to know ourselves, by being a best friend to ourselves. If you were a friend to you right now, what would you be asking you? What questions would you be asking you? Picture yourself as having this one amazing friend who's asking you questions about yourself. That one amazing friend is a version of you. And ask yourself, like, what is it I like about my day? What makes me happy? It could just be taking a hot shower. It could be like gazing out into the stars every night. It could be doing cooking if you like cooking. It could be journaling. Could be writing a poem. Could be singing a song. Anything that lights you up. You need to get to understand what you like and what you dislike, what you want, what you need, and what's right for you, regardless of what any person said in your past, regardless of what your parents or your peers or your teachers or your caregivers said and told you. Because to take pride in you, you have to start taking responsibility and accountability for yourself in your own life. You have to give your sense of self that sense of security within you. You have to know you've got your own back. You have to understand that you can get yourself out of difficult situations, that you can get yourself out of heartbreak and pain, that you can overcome traumatic situations, that you have overcome them before and you can do it again. And you can take pride in that. You can take pride in the knowledge that you've achieved great things in your life and you've survived things in your life, even as we're speaking right now. So I want you to actually take in the fact of the successes you've had in your life. I want you to take a moment to breathe those in and to really sit with them and to understand the things you've achieved. Maybe you had a difficult coworker. Maybe you had a difficult boss. Maybe you had like a sports event at school, like a game of rounders, and it was really tough that day. Maybe you hit puberty and you're like, oh my gosh, all my hormones are everywhere. I don't know who I am anymore. All these types of things you got over. You can take pride in your achievements, however big and small, and the difficulties you got through in your life that you overcame to be here today and where you are. Look how many of us have got through COVID. We're here now, we've got through COVID, right? Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Take pride in who you are by being thankful and grateful for the things you have overcome in your life, by actually taking in those things. Our mind tends to gravitate towards the negative, towards the things we haven't got in our life, towards the distractions and the things that seem out of reach and the things that we lack in. But not often does it actually thank us and celebrate our successes with us. But in order to be happy and have pride in yourself, you need to celebrate those successes and wins, however big or small. You need to give yourself the time to take in and on board what you have achieved in your life, to know that you are incredible. You are amazing. And in order to advocate for yourself more, you need to be able to understand yourself better. Something Matthew Hussey was talking about in our Love Life Club, he was talking about an identity matrix, and it's actually in his Love Life book, which I haven't finished reading yet. And he's got his different identity matrix, age 21 and 36. 21, 36. And he's just turned 37. I didn't know his age, actually, so that's interesting. He's got 17 years of dating coach experience. You know, he's like the world's #1 dating and confidence coach in the world. So yeah, well, he's amazing. His channel's #1, and I'm in his Love Life Club. But this is in his book called The Identity Matrix. So I've never done this before, but it's about putting things into perspective in your life of different parts of your identity. I haven't read all of this yet. So, age 21, boxing was a big part of his identity. This is Matthew Hussey's. And being in shape, success, and things like that. So, friendships and financial security. So, these are what was important to Matthew in his life when he was 21. And then he was also talking about when he was 36. And then this is the matrix when he is 36, how his life's changed now and what's important to him. So it's important to work out what you want in your life, so that you can become the best version of yourself, right? So yeah. And the only way you can become the best version of you in life and take pride in who you are is by understanding yourself better. So I think this is a really great exercise in Matthew's book. Like I said, I haven't done it yet, but it's really good, and so that's something I need to do. So when we look at different aspects of our life and different aspects of who we are, then we can start to feel connected to ourselves. And then people who are naysayers, who are haters, who've got nothing better to do in their life than complain to you about yourself will not affect you anymore. Why should they? Why should somebody who you don't even know, who couldn't give a shit about you, affect you in your life? Right? Because when you've got true pride in who you are, you don't care what they think, what they say. And you can just block them out of your life. But when you worry about what people say and worry about what people think, and you don't have a pride in who you are because your sense of self-worth is dependent on someone else, then that's when you are going to be unstable and insecure within you. So you need to know that in order to have pride in who you are, you need to be able to raise your confidence, raise your self-esteem by realizing your value and your worth. And by understanding yourself better, by identifying different aspects of your life that make up your identity and sense of self, you'll be better able and equipped to have pride in who you are and feel happy with yourself. Then you'll be able to advocate for yourself, stick up for yourself, be in control of your life. And the naysayers, the haters, the people who've got nothing better to do in their life that complain to others and rain on their parade and be miserable can just go away. Can just go away. Because clearly they've got nothing better to do in their life if they're coming in and encroaching on yours. My philosophy is if people want to go ahead and create little groups and gossip about me and waste their life away, that's up to them. But I'm happy with my life. I'm happy with me. I'm happy with who I am. And when you're happy with who you are, and when you keep being happy with who you are, you'll have more pride in yourself. So it's important that you work out what your wants are in life, what your needs are in life. And I want you to think of yourself as your best relationship partner to yourself. Like if you were in a relationship right now with your ideal person and they were saying all the most wonderful things to you and doing all the most wonderful things for you and being all the most wonderful things for you, what would that person look like? What character traits would they have? Would they be kind, caring, gentle, loving, giving, sharing, sensitive to your needs, understanding, empathetic, sympathetic, honest, loyal, trustworthy, consistent, persistent, reliable? If so, are you being all of those things to yourself? What actions would they need to do to show they loved you? Would they need to message you? Would they need to communicate with you? Would they need to tell you how beautiful you are? Would they need to tell you how incredibly gorgeous you look today? Would they need to tell you how beautiful your hair is, how beautiful your smile is, how beautiful you are? Would they need to tell you how intelligent you are? Would they need to show compassion, caringness towards you every single day, multiple times a day? If the answer is yes, you need to then give this to yourself. The more you can rely on yourself for all these words of affirmation and positive self-talk and the realization of how good and amazing you are, the more that you'll feel confident and comfortable being on your own, in your own skin, and the more you can advocate for you and raise your sense of self-worth and have more pride in who you are. Self-worth is about feeling worthy within yourself. One of the techniques I use for this a lot, which is really helpful lately, is self-dating. Since I've made self-dating a weekly practice, a habit, my confidence and self-worth and self-esteem has shot up. The more I've done it, the more I've put my best clothes on to feel sexy and confident and hot within myself. Yes, I am asexual, but I still like to be sexy, confident, and hot. The more I feel amazing in myself, the more I date myself, the more I think, thank God I'm able to date myself, and I behave in a way in which both I'm happy with as someone I'm dating and as the confident person who's going on the date, if you know what I mean. So I'm like playing two roles with myself. One is like I'm the person who is going on a date, and one is the other person who's dating them. I think we make a great couple. So sometimes, like last weekend was Father's Day on the Sunday, so I wasn't able to go for a self date then. So I did it on the Monday instead. And this weekend, today, which is Friday now, because we've gone through to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I've got a boot camp on, online boot camp. So it's likely I'll be going for my self date on Monday instead. But I've made it a habit of doing this regularly, and my confidence and self-esteem has grown no end. When I allow myself to have creative moments of expression and to just do something that I want to do in the moment that feels fun and creative, I feel confident and alive. When I get into flow, I'm like, wow, this is so good. This is a break from doing the normal stuff. Like earlier, I was creating t-shirts and merch designs. I haven't created any of the new ones for years, but I am selling t-shirts on Amazon. I'm still getting sales through, even though I haven't uploaded any new designs. So I create new designs for a new brand to go with Diary Confessions of a Hyper-Romantic Asexual book. Brand, Diary Confessions book series brand. So, I just told you a secret. And so, all this helps me to feel more confident. So when you work out what makes you feel more confident, makes you feel happy and special, what makes you feel positive emotions, basically. It helps you to feel more prideful of who you are, because when you feel good about yourself, you can't help but kind of share that energy with the world, and enthusiasm and happiness and aliveness and spark, the spark within you is contagious. If people can feel that within you, unless they're jealous or got hatred for people who love themselves, and they get pleasure out of putting people down, you're going to have more and more people drawn to you. But you're going to have the people who are healthy drawn to you, people, and obviously you'll get people who are not so healthy drawn to you, who think, oh, I want what she's got. I haven't got it myself. But what I'm saying is, you'll draw in other people that also are enthusiastic and wanting to spend time with you. And they're like, oh, she's interesting, you're interesting, he's interesting, whatever gender you are, they're interesting. But the most important thing is to take pride in yourself, is to make sure that your happiness is with you rather than externally with other people. But if you're happy within yourself, I'm trying to say that that will naturally rub off onto your surroundings, environments, and other people, the people that are accepting of it, the people that want that, the people that are liking that energy. Advocating for yourself more is being able to stick up for yourself and saying no to the things you don't want in your life. So I want you to think about how many people ask you regularly, maybe on a daily basis, weekly basis, to do stuff for them out the blue, and things you don't really want to do. And how often have you had the courage to say no? You need to have the courage to say no to other people's agendas when they're not in alignment with your own, and they're not going to push your life forward, and they're not what makes you happy. It's very important that you be happy with who you are, and that you're happy with your decisions in life. Life is so short, and if you're saying yes to all different things that people are asking you just to people please and fit in, this is not healthy for you. Having pride in who you are is having pride in your standards and sticking up for yourself, and not accepting just anything that comes your way. Not just accepting people telling you what to do or expecting you to do things. Having pride in who you are is saying, hang on a minute, I also have a life. I also have things I want to do in my life. I also have things I want to achieve. And while I'm willing to help to a certain degree, or I might even want to take part in certain things, it doesn't mean to say I want to do everything the other person or people wants to do. So you have to make sure you're allocating yourself a good amount of time for yourself, to relax, to de-stress, to do the things that you find happy in life. So the more that you feel good about yourself, the more you can have pride in who you are. How often have you shut your mouth because you wanted to say something, but you felt like you couldn't because you weren't safe? Sometimes that happens and it isn't safe, but other times it can be fear that we don't have the courage to speak our own mind, speak up for ourselves, because we're worried about what other people think. So I want you to ask yourself, is it really an unsafe situation? Or is it just a case that you don't want to rock the boat, you want to people please, and you don't want to say something that might turn other people off you? But in life, you're not going to be able to please everyone. So it's better to turn off the people who are not your people, and to be a shining light for those who are, than to put out things you're not happy with or don't like. The more that you do things you don't like, the more you betray yourself. The more you say yes to things when really you don't, and you build up resentment and hatred or upset and pain, the more you feel bad about yourself because you're not being true to who you are. It's not easy being different in a world that's trying to make you like everyone else. But then doing the easy thing often creates a hard life. Hard for the reasons I've just stated: resentment and feeling disproportionately unhappy because you're just going along with what other people want you to do to keep the peace, instead of advocating for yourself. So advocating for yourself means saying, hey, I'm able to do this, but I don't want to do that, or I don't actually agree with that. And don't laugh at things if you don't find them funny. This doesn't help your sense of self-worth if you're just laughing at something to please other people because you'll feel left out else. Don't do things you don't want to do in life, and don't do things and behave in certain ways that are disrespectful to yourself just because you want to fit in with other people. That's not going to make you feel prideful in who you are. Feeling prideful in who you are is when you accept yourself, you celebrate yourself, you understand your strengths, and you focus on your strengths. If you really don't like something about yourself, then fine, work on it. I saw someone on Facebook on the asexual spectrum on my friends list the other day, and I didn't say anything to this particular person, but this particular person was saying they're ugly, right? If you truly believe that you are ugly, why aren't you doing something about it? Why aren't you getting a different haircut, a different hairstyle? Why aren't you, if you're a guy, shaving off your beard or shaving off your mustache? Why aren't you getting different clothes? If you honestly believe you're ugly and you don't like your appearance, why aren't you changing it? Why? Because you need to have pride in yourself and who you are. And if you're not happy with your appearance, there are things that you can do to change that. When people sit there and say, oh, there's nothing I can do, it's not true, is it? Anyone can get a haircut, get a new restyle of hair. Unless you're bald, obviously, but then you could get a wig. If you're a guy, you can shave off your beard if you're bearded. You can shave off your tash. You can shave and actually look like you look after yourself. You can change the shape of your glasses. You buy new glasses if you wear glasses. You can change the clothes you wear. You can have a different look. In a lot of movies, when they're doing transformations on people, they'll show you they change their hair, they change their clothes, they have a makeover of their wardrobe. So if you're truly not happy with the way you look, change it. Don't sit there saying you can't. If you can't be proud of who you are, ask yourself, what action steps do I need to take to make myself proud of who I am? And then go and take them. Take your personal power back by ownership of your life, by owning your life, by owning how you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself, and consciously doing something about it. Consciously doing something about it. This means saying, oh, I don't like the way I look, so I'm going to change my hair. I love my hair long, right? My mum likes my hair short. When I was a kid at school, I was like an adult kid now, but when I was a kid at school, primary school, I was made to keep my hair short. She didn't want it long. If I had short hair now, she'd love it. I hate short hair on me. I hate short hair in general on women a lot of the time, personally. The majority of the time. I don't like short hair. I think short hair on a lot of women makes women look like boys, personally. That's my personal opinion. My mum loves short hair. She has short hair. She'd love my hair to be short. But I don't like it that way. That doesn't make me have pride in myself if I'm looking a certain way that I don't want to look. I have pride in where I look now because I love my hair. It's so beautiful and gorgeous. I love the long look. So having pride in yourself is all about making yourself happy and giving yourself the look you want, not what your mum tells you or your parents tell you or family or friends, your siblings, not what someone else tells you. It's about what you're saying to yourself, what you like yourself. My mum can't understand why I like to shave my legs every day. I go in the shower. I go in the shower nearly every day. And my arms and stuff. She thinks that's not normal, but I don't like hairy legs. I don't like hairy arms either, which is more unusual for women because a lot of women still have hair on their arms, not under their armpits necessarily as much, but on their arms. I don't like it, right? It makes me feel good and have pride in myself when I am having my skin and my body the way I want it, when I'm having my hair the way I want it. And sometimes we might get to a certain type of stage in our life or we may have some things about ourselves that we can't actually change. Like if you've got a physical disability, a physical appearance thing that cannot be changed, then we have to learn to embrace who we are and have pride in who we are in the moment we're in this life. So if there is something difficult for you, like I have fibromyalgia, I've had it since I was officially diagnosed with it in 2012, but I had symptoms of it in 2010. That isn't easy, right? But I did reinvent my life in lots of ways, and I became the superhero of my own life. I wrote about in this fibromyalgia self-help handbook. So even though I do have fibromyalgia, I've made the best that I can possibly make out of that. I happen to be allergic to the majority of things fibro people have that cause them pain. So, if you've got disability or if you've got a weakness that you feel that you can't change that much, try and see just what little incremental changes you can make to improve your life and yourself, because that can make a huge world of difference to how you feel about yourself and your sense of self-worth. Think about the lifestyle you live. Think about the environment you're in. Think about your finances, what you like to do, where you like to travel to. And if you feel a bit bored with your life, then work out what one new thing you can try every month that's going to be different. And try to do something different every month. Force yourself to do something different. Yes, that's going to take courage and bravery, but then you'll have pride in the fact that you changed your life by doing something different and that you accomplished that. Having pride in who you are is by pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, achieving things that you didn't feel was possible before. It's about having accomplishments and successes, and it's about living into you. It's about understanding yourself more on a deeper level. And it's about admitting your truth, admitting when there's something in your life you don't like, admitting to yourself that some things don't feel quite right with the person or people, admitting to yourself that you're going to have difficult conversations with people. And do that. It's hard. It's really hard. But the more you have difficult conversations, the more you advocate for yourself, the more you lean into your own feelings and needs, the more you are interested in your own needs and helping yourself to get your needs met, the more you're going to feel confident and comfortable in and of yourself, and the more you're going to have pride in who you are. In terms of asexual pride, LGBT plus pride, don't be afraid to come out as your true self. Don't be afraid to show the world who you really are. Yes, not everyone's going to like it, but you're not here to please everyone in life. You're never going to win in life if you try to please everyone, because everyone in life is different. And what one person finds pleasing to them, another person will find annoying or infuriating or not interested or indifferent to. One person's definition of perfectionism is completely different to another. So stop trying to be like other people. Stop trying to fit in and start trying to fit in with yourself and fit into yourself more. Importantly, should I say, by truly developing a sense of identity and self-worth, by exploring what I said earlier, different aspects of what makes you happy in terms of life, relationships, hobbies, interests. Do you like traveling? Do you not like traveling? Do you like the outdoors, not outdoors? Are you extrovert? Are you introvert? Get to know what makes you happy. Get to know your love language. Go to lovelanguages.com. Don't own that website. Lovelanguages.com. And you can find out your love language. What makes you happy in both friendships and relationships. Get to know yourself. Get to know what type of personality you have. Get to know what makes you happy and sad, what makes you elated and down, what makes you stable in your life the most. The more you understand yourself, the more you like yourself, the more you change things if you don't like them to feel better about yourself. And the most important thing is you will feel more confident in yourself and you'll end up with more pride in yourself. The more you believe in yourself, trust in yourself, and keep promises to yourself, the more pride you'll have in yourself. So I regularly self-date now. As I said, it's a new habit. I have to do it all the time because this is enabling me to have a greater sense of self-worth, confidence, And it's also helping me to trust myself more. As you know, I went through a difficult breakup and that was hard. And for a time, oh my God, there's a huge spider over there. Sorry. Like I nearly jumped out my skin then. Oh my God. I can't believe I'm in a live stream and seeing this massive spider. And people have just like stopped watching now. It's huge. I can't even, I'm nearly frozen. I'm going to have to do something about that in a minute. Yes, that's one of my fears. It's spiders, and this spider's huge. I don't think I can sleep with that in the room. I saw a baby one today. I put this out in the window, but I don't think I'll put this big thing out the window. So yeah, I'm quite scared of a spider now. So yeah, talking about being having pride in myself, I'm like, know your own fears and stick up for yourself with your fears. Push through some fears, and then other ones run for your life. Oh my God. Oh dearie me. I do not want that near my bed. Anyway, as I was saying, it's really important to have pride in yourself and who you are. It's important to understand yourself really well. And it's important to stick up for you, like I just did with the spider. And it's important to love who you are. Like, I find positive affirmations a really good thing for raising my pride in myself. Positive affirmations, positive self-talk, keeping my promises to myself, and yeah, just raising my self-esteem and making myself happy. I'm gonna go now because I need to sort the spider out. Get your copy of Diary Confessions of a Hyperromantic Asexual on Amazon and Asexual Perspectives, and advocate for yourself by putting yourself first when you need to, like I need to now. Because otherwise I can't sleep that thing roaming around. Lots of love to you. Take care. Go and get Fibromyalgia Self-Help Handbook on Amazon as well. I'll see you soon next for your live stream. Lots of love. Bye.